Hey Cats fans, let's have a look at the tweets of the week. And our first tweet this week is from Jarrod Mast. And Jarrod says, it was an interesting one to watch. Freo had a plan and executed with minimal errors. We fumbled as always, but that's because of our great defensive pressure, of the great defensive pressure from the opposition. Holmes out really hurt, and that's actually amazing. Holmes, it was interesting. I was trying to figure out who was injured at one point, but then realised it was Holmes, and we missed his run, didn't we, through the midfield, and just some of his class. But a bit of a shame that we lost him. Hopefully it's a minor injury and we don't lose him for too long. But the fumbling's always a source of frustration, isn't it? Freo, they played amazing, so you can't take anything away from them the way they played yesterday. Thanks, Jarrod. Next tweet's from Shane. Shane says, hear me out. I don't completely mind us dropping these games and being embarrassed. If they realise we can't win the flag, and we can't, they will refresh the team and not have Dale, Higgins, Collar, etc., in the side. It feels like it's almost that point where decision does need to be made. We were the same last year at 4-3, so we ended up making a prelim, but it's probably not there just yet. But the next month will be really telling. I think if we do okay and we're 3-1 in the next 4 weeks, I think top 4. I think if we can't make top 4 though, then we're not a chance of winning the whole thing. And if we're not a chance of winning the whole thing, what are we doing really? Just making up the numbers. So I think I'd rather go with the youth policy if that was the case. Time to refresh. Thanks, Shane. Next tweet's from IZ, and they say, I think it was pointed out a few weeks ago, but our forwards always seem to take set shots on a 45-degree angle or harder. Very rarely are they able to get relatively easy shots inside 50. Seems to be the way, doesn't it, that where our 2 forwards are leading to either left or right towards the boundary lines, and that's where we're taking a lot of our shots. And it's probably lucky that they're so good at set shots for goal that any other team, you'd imagine, if they were taking all their shots from those positions, they wouldn't be scoring as well. But it makes it hard for us to score above 50%. We were okay on the weekend just gone, but we're getting the supply, and that was the issue really. But it does seem to be the case, and you see with the oppositions a lot more, and that's probably where it comes out, that they're getting a lot more of their shots from that 30 degrees or directly in front, or not always directly in front, but 30 metres out, all that sort of stuff, and we're getting a lot of shots of goals from, especially even the fourth quarter. It was amazing how well we were kicking. In the first quarter, we were kicking great, long shots, angles, all that, they were going through. Jeremy Cameron missed a relatively tough one, didn't make the distance, but it's I think you got a point there, IZ. I'd be interested to keep an eye on that over the next few weeks. So thanks for that. Next tweet's from Riley Howard, and Riley says, disappointing, but not unsalvageable. Changes need to be made, and players need to be held accountable. Hopefully that's what happens. Go Cats. I think there was, we lost against this by 3 points to the second place side in the comp. I'm sure there'd be some teams in the bottom 8 that if they had that result, even at their home ground, they'd be they'd walk away pretty content. I guess we've got a lot of pride at Geelong, and we expect to be 1 or 2 in the comp at the end of every year and making prelims and grand finals, and it is hard for us to cop a loss. No matter who it's against, and we probably don't rate Fremantle as highly as maybe what we should. It was not the best result. There's still work that we need to do. There's still time to do it. Whether we will put the necessary tweaks in place and our game plan takes hold, I don't know. I think we probably would have seen it by now if it was going to work. I think to get 7 weeks into, players start losing confidence in the game plan. I don't know. I think again the next 4 weeks will tell us a lot. Anyway, thanks Riley. And our last tweet of the week, it's a short week this one, is from Rudi Edsall, and Rudi says, suspect that ends Geelong's chances of finishing top 4 this season. Already at least a game outside of it, will be 2 if St Kilda win. They didn't win, so that's kind of lucky for us. But and as I said, we were 4-3 just this time last year as well. We're playing a different style of footy, so what does that look like in the regular season? Maybe we won't get as many wins as last year, But maybe that's not always a bad thing. Maybe it's more important to play the right style of footy and that holds up in finals. So it's going to be frustrating for us if we lose a lot more games this year, or a few more games and still make finals. But I think the real test comes, and again, it's a big if we make finals, the test will come as to will this game style stand up. I guess you'd probably want to see examples of it standing up, and we did see that in round 1 against Essendon, but that seems like a lifetime ago now. So thanks, Rudi. And so that's the end of the tweets for this week. Thanks for everyone submitting their tweets. I had quite a few, but wanted to keep this relatively short, under 5 minutes if I can. We'll see how we go with this one. But thanks again, and check out the match review show. Cheers. Bye.